Good morning to the Caribbean region. This is a regional alert. Good morning to the Caribbean region. This is a regional alert, in particular Barbados. We are receiving updated information from our intelligence contacts on the ground in Africa as well as in the United States of America that the criminal in charge of the World Homicide Organization, formerly known as the World Health Organization, has released a military-grade biological weapon in Equatorial Guinea in Africa. This biological pathogen is known as Marburg. Mr. Tedros Ghebreyesus is trying to convince the world that there is another pandemic and that the world needs to engage once again in mass vaccination, lockdowns and mask wearing and all the rest of that utter nonsense that was proven to be completely and totally fraudulent during the COVID-19 pandemic. It is ironic that at the same time the Caribbean Heads of Government Conference in Guyana is actually taking place, and one of the supporters of this exercise, Mr. Peter Trudeau from Canada, is actually present. I would like to alert the public across the Caribbean region. This so-called Marburg virus is already in the bodies of vaccinated persons. Let me repeat that. This so-called Marburg virus is already in the bodies of those persons that have received the COVID-19 vaccine. This Marburg biological weapon will be activated by the 5G signal. 5G signal at 18 megahertz frequency will activate the Marburg virus. As we know and we have the proof of, COVID-19 vaccinations and injections are injecting an operating system which is linked to the cloud via the internet and 5G. If you have been vaccinated with Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, Sinopharm or AstraZeneca, you will be at risk of contracting or suddenly becoming infected with Marburg. The reason that this is happening is because the COVID-19 vaccinations were designed by the pharmaceutical companies on orders of the United States government under the fraudulent direction of Bill Gates, Anthony Fauci, Dr. Ralph Baric, and the Chinese Communist Party. This is not hyperbole. This is not just an announcement to put fear in people's hearts. This is the facts. We have to remember, our Heavenly Father did not create a spirit of fear. And this entire Marburg planned epidemic or pandemic that the World Homicide Organization is currently planning is nothing more than a fear-mongering exercise. I would like to point all of the public who are listening to this broadcast to a very important website which has the resources for treatment as well as medications that you can order and put into your family and so on with immediate effect. Please go to the website www.truthforhealth.org. truthforhealth.org. There are resources on that website that will give you the correct medications to take should you think that you are at risk or you have vaccinated persons in your family. One of the most important things to recognize is that the governments across the region will try to push a vaccination program, a mass vaccination program against Marburg. This vaccination program is actually more lethal than the actual pathogen itself. These vaccines have been developed by a company called Sologenics in the United States, which has been funded by Gavi, which is a subsidiary of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, to the tune of $468 million. Sologenics is developing a vaccine from the world's deadliest poison, ricin. Ricin is derived from the castor oil plant, which grows right here in Barbados and across the Eastern Caribbean region. The Sologenics vaccine for Marburg will kill more people in the shortest possible time after vaccination than COVID-19 ever will. I will continue to update the public on this. Please have a good morning. Keep the faith. Stay strong. Thank you.